I wanted to create this video so you can watch it if you choose. You can read the text below if you like or read along with me. You can also download the audio below if you'd rather listen to this on your iPod, Android, or other MP3 player. I'm just going to read straight from the text, so read below with me if you choose. So you want to know how to probably make an A in the class. Perfect. As luck would have it, you're in the right place. I like to think of this page as the I really want you to get a good grade in the class and I want you to learn some stuff too page, or audio file if you're listening to this on your MP3 player. Some students go the entire class lost in the sauce. They never email me to let me know that they're proverbially drowning. Below is a list of recommendations and common pitfalls that I've seen students make over the years. If you take the recommendations below, avoid the pitfalls, I can guarantee you'll probably get an A in the class, and you'll probably learn some stuff while you're at it. Reading the text. Read the text. The page count is high, but the pages are filled with pictures. The discussion questions are usually derived from the concepts covered in the reading, and the assignments are always directly from the readings. If you read the text, you're probably going to do well on the assignments and the discussion questions, which are combined worth 28% of your class grade. Discussions. If you don't know the answer to a question, use your textbook or favorite search engine to find the answer. If I expected students to know the answers to the discussion questions, I would have asked different questions. Anytime the discussion question is longer than the discussion answer, that's probably a good indication that you aren't going to get credit for the discussion question. As the instructions indicate, we're shooting for a minimum of 150 to 200 words per post. A reply similar to, "Hey Bob, good post, I agree with you," is not sufficient to fulfill the requirement of a discussion reply. You really do have to reply to one of your peers. If you don't, you really will get only half credit for the discussion questions for that week. Cite your references. Don't plagiarize. If someone asks you a question in response to your post, reply. This is student-to-student interaction section of the class. If we were in class and a student asked you a question, you'd reply. So do the same in the online environment as well. Read the posts of your peers. There's good information available from your peers. I won't be commenting on every single post and every single discussion. Read the discussion of your peers, compare to your answers, and if you have questions, ask. I post my response to my own questions every week. Go back and read my response, compare it to yours. If you have questions, ask. Spell check before you post. Use appropriate punctuation and grammar as well. Discussions are worth 18% of your class grade. That's huge. That's the single biggest contributor to your grade in this entire class. Some students in the past have chosen not to do discussions, and if you choose not to do discussions, the highest grade you can possibly attain in the class is a 72. If you want to make a good grade in the class, participate in the discussions. Grades for the discussions aren't available in the My Grades section of WebCT. Here's how I grade discussions. If you try, you get full credit. If you don't try, you get no credit. The benefit of being the instructor is I get to decide if you're trying or not. If your answer is something to the tune of "I don't know," then you aren't going to get any points. If your answer involves research, citations, and is thoughtful, you'll get full credit. You should know if you're getting full credit or not pretty easily. Assessments. Don't click them until you're prepared to take them. Hit the save button after each question you answer. Don't read into the questions. None of the questions have been designed to trick you. If you disagree with an answer because you think it was tricky, just let me know. I'm a pretty reasonable guy. If you make a good argument, I might give you the point back. Don't expect that to work every time. Submit only after you're done with the assessment, not earlier. Ensure that you've saved all the answers before submitting. Projects. Projects are worth 40% of your grade. It's really important that you do well on them. It's important that you do them and do well on them. You shouldn't wait till the last weekend of class to start. I've graded so many of these things, it's obvious when they're thrown together last minute. The projects come with rubrics. Read the rubric. I grade off the rubric. I'll give the rubric back to you when I return your project. If you fulfill the requirements on the rubric, you're probably going to make a good grade. Let's talk about the word project and common pitfalls. That 900 word minimum requirement, it's not a joke. I'm pretty much a stickler on this one. Some students think I'm being harsh on this requirement, but my thought is, If you could write 878 words, then you could have written 32 more words to meet the minimum content requirement. Follow the instructions, type 900 words content minimum. This doesn't include your references, cover page, etc. Did you notice the font size requirements on the instructions? That's there for a reason. I'll take off points if a paper is submitted with an incorrect font size. Please don't mention the 10 Commandments of Cyber Ethics. If you plagiarize from a website, I'm going to catch you, I promise. Every semester there are a few students who think I was born yesterday. They copy and paste from a web page, use a thesaurus to change the words around, and they spend more time plagiarizing and trying to cover it up than if they had just written their own paper. Then I catch them, then they get an F in the class, the dean gets involved, it's messy. Please just don't plagiarize. If you're unsure what plagiarism is, just ask. Page breaks should be used before the works cited or references page. Use headers. Page numbers are required. Properly format the works cited page. You may call it a references page. Word does this for you. We cover it in class. There's absolutely no excuse for an improperly formatted works cited page. Read the OWL webpage that I provide in the instructions. I realize that there's no writing prerequisite to this class, but the link I provide in the instructions will demystify APA format. Word can assist you in correctly formatting your papers, so while I don't expect you to leave this class an APA expert, I do expect you to understand what Word can do to help you properly format your papers. Read the rubric. Don't quote extensively, even though properly cited quotes are technically okay. A one-third quoted paper leaves me scratching my head when I consider your understanding of the subject matter, and I'll ask myself if the student really understood the subject matter, and if they did, why did they quote someone else so extensively? The Excel project. It's spelled Excel, E-X-C-E-L, not E-X-C-E-L-L. There's a function called sum that you're going to learn about in the class. I don't expect students to use the following formula in this class. Cell 1 plus cell 2 plus cell 3 plus cell 4. Use sum. Series 1 and Series 2 mean nothing to me. If I see them in your submissions, I'll ignore them. Your charts should stand on their own. That means if you were to submit only your pie chart, for example, I should be able to look at your pie chart and make very specific deductions about your data and what you're trying to tell me. That means appropriate use of data labels in such a way that your chart is intuitive. It's paramount. The PowerPoint project. Read the rubric. The use of transitions is required. The use of notes is required. Citation of references is required. There's no minimum slide number requirement, but I imagine you're going to have a hard time relaying your point in less than 7 or 8 slides. No student has ever submitted a 4-page PowerPoint presentation and gotten full credit. If you genuinely try, you're going to do fine. If you simply try to set the world record for fastest PowerPoint presentation creation, you aren't going to do fine at all. I got this from Google in the notes section does not satisfy the use of notes and cite your work requirements. Please don't try it. Posting your presentation to the discussion area is, as indicated in the syllabus, is not an option, it's a requirement. Also, you need to post your presentation in the discussion area as well as in the, and here I have assignment section of WebCT. It should actually be in the Turnitin area of WebCT. If you have questions about that, please let me know. Random things that are important. 63% of your grade is culminated in the last week of class. Prepare accordingly. If you wait until the last week of class to do work, expect to become stressed and expect to not do very well. Spread your project work throughout the class. The class starts a bit slow, gaining intensity as the class progresses. Work ahead, read the syllabus, know what's expected of you in the coming weeks. It's perfectly fine to work ahead in the class. Please work ahead if you feel so inclined. That'll ensure that you don't accidentally miss a deadline. And lastly, here's a few frequently asked questions that I get almost every term that I just wanted to hit quickly. Where can I get the student data files? They're in the media library, the link called Hands-On Files. How long do the exams last? The specific time for each exam is viewable before you take the assessment by clicking on the Assessments link in WebCT. Are the exam questions multiple choice? Yes. I forgot to turn in an assignment. Can I turn it in late? Yes, for half credit. I missed my exam. Can I take it late? No. The exams are available since the first day of the class. I don't allow late exam submissions. I'm deploying to Iraq next week. Can I have an extension? If you found out about your deployment 1 week before you deploy, you can have an extension. I've been in the Marine Corps. I'm willing to bet that this situation presents itself very rarely. Will you look at my paper and tell me if I'm on the right track? If you follow the directions on the assignment, you're on the right track. As long as your project is somehow information technology related and somehow deals with ethics, you're on the right track. Will you look at my paper and tell me what I need to do to get a good grade? No. If I did that, I'd be testing my knowledge of the assignment, not yours. This is your paper, not mine. As long as you apply yourself, the material you learn in the class will prepare you for the projects. If you need me to look at your paper to tell you how to get a good grade, then you probably don't have a firm understanding of the subject matter to start with, which is exactly what I'm grading. Do I have to have Office 2007? That's the software the HPU has decided to use and mandate. I'm not going to check the exact version of Office product that you're using to compose your assignments, but Office 2007 is the testable material from the text. I have a Mac. Can I use Office 2008 or Office 2011? Yes, but remember, Office 2007 is what's testable. The versions are different. Are all the assignments and discussions required? Yes. Can I turn in the assignments, assessments, projects early? Yes, there's no penalty for early submissions. That said, I won't grade them until the due date or 1 week after the due date. When there are 2 discussion questions this week, do I have to do both of them? Yes. That's all for this audio presentation, video presentation. If you have any questions, please let me know.